All right, we are live on YouTube. We are going to be jumping into learning Python with Boot.dev. Now let's make sure I have the right YouTube key and I didn't screw that up, because that would be awesome. If I have the right key, I did. Let's go. All right, got the YouTube. We're gonna pop out chat. What's up, Anonymous? How you doing? Happy Monday, everyone. You guys excited for the week? All right. All right. Live on learning Python with Boot.dev. Here. Live on YouTube and Twitch. Learning Python with Boot.dev, and then building our YouTube project with Django. All right, we good? Publish. All the events are created already. I think we're good. It's sunny in UK, but my house is cold. Well, heat it up. Turn that heat up. That's cool. It's very rainy, or it's not rainy here. We're gonna get like snow, I think, or something like that. Doing all right today? Good. Glad to hear it. Well, you figure this out, thought about doing what you are for a project I got in mind, Python and backend. What would be your recommendation for someone starting with this whole streaming stuff? What would be? What do you mean, like recommendation, Grunt? Um, like, but do you have two between two choices? What do you mean? Thought about what you are doing for a project I got in mind. What does that even mean? All right, let's go. All right, so with these three challenges, absolutely no backseat coding. I gotta recall what the problem even was. Do you find when learning another language and doing projects at the same time? Here, let me move this a little bit. There we go. Yeah, that's a really good placement for chat, actually. That's a really good placement. I'm happy with that. Do you find when learning another language and doing projects at the same time during learning, you end up thinking about the project and needing to switch? Needing to? I don't think I ever feel like I need to switch. I think as I think like if you're kind of starting out tuba, like you're kind of on your first learning to code journey or your initial part of your journey, I think building like something small makes sense to reinforce the concepts. I wouldn't dive into like a heavy project paired with the course that you're doing. I would probably finish that like a big section of the course or that course and then build something, and then build like code on the side and reinforce that with like small little challenges at least while you're learning, especially if those the concepts that you're learning are difficult to grasp. So I guess, yeah, I don't feel like a need to switch. As in, does streaming help you on building the project, like staying motivated? Had another project where lose steam along the way. I gotcha. It can. It can. It can also, like, I would just try it. For me, I make progress way more slowly. It's way slower to stream and build stuff. Like you're never getting in a flow state with a stream. Especially if you have people talking in your chat. So as long as you don't mind that, it can like help you hold yourself accountable. And some people will use it for that, and they like it for that. You have to try it out and see if that works for you, because I think everyone's different with streaming. I generally don't like backseat coding. I think it just sucks the enjoyment out of building a project for me. It's like I'm working like a full-time dev job and I'm getting like a CTO that needs to hover constantly and basically take any, or a CTO or a senior developer that needs to hover and take like, and I've never worked with developers like this, but it's like a pair programming. You're doing like a lot of pair programming when you let people backseat code, and I hate pair programming. I like code reviews. I hate pair programming. So I might hate that aspect of it, but other streamers really enjoy people pitching it in chat. So it really depends. I say just try it and see how it works for you. What's up, Arshad? Could you suggest some key skills for becoming a backend developer? Go through Boot.dev. It'll teach you that. I have a couple episodes on that. You can check on my YouTube channel. I just don't want to dive into it. I want to make some progress with Boot.dev today. I'm on the personal project of Boot.dev, but I keep finding when I do other things, I end up thinking about the project and needing to stop and take notes for later. Otherwise, I forget. Thinking about the project and needing to stop and take notes for later. Take notes for what? The project? Like, just take notes and then continue what you're doing. If you are going to forget something, write it down. I think that's simple. Just do that. If you're worried about forgetting something, whether it's for the project or whether it's for the course, but you need to keep making progress on whatever you're working on, just write that note down. That's why I do it to-dos, right? So I get it out of my mind. I'm like, I got to do this. I got to do this. I got to do this. I don't want that to take up any mental energy. I don't. So I write it down so my brain doesn't have to keep trying to remember it. I don't care about it at that moment in time. I write it down, I offload it, and then refocus. That's what I do. Yeah, you're welcome, Grunt. Oh, man. Tea's going to get cold. And I am in the process of building a new YouTube playlist that I'll probably import by the end of the week. I don't even know what this song is. All right. So let's go back to understanding this. Toggle case. If line is in title case. Okay. Convert it to all uppercase. Did we solve this? No. Where'd we end up with this? Let's just, before we even debug this, let's understand what we were doing. If line is title case, is title, return line upper. Okay, and add 3 exclamation marks. Else if line is upper, why are we doing all of this? Hold on. If line is all uppercase, convert it to all lowercase, except for the first letter. Oh, wait. Except for the first letter, remove all. What do you... First letter of each word? Or first letter of the line? I think just of the line. I think before I was thinking of each word. Is that why we're doing all this? Four-word in words. No, yeah, I think I'm trying to capitalize each letter of the word. No, we're doing too much here. So capitalize Python. Capitalize. Convert the first character of a string. Okay. Let's go. So, I mean, if it's all upper, can we chain methods in Python? Huh. Okay. So line dot lower. Let me just make sure that's a thing. Python lower. Yep. All right, cool. Capitalize. Let's see if we could even do this. So if it's all upper, input is, it does go to lower. Oh no, that's the expected. Everything goes to lower. Okay, there we go. So, hey, what's up, Renee? How you doing? Let's just do this. No errors. Perfect. Okay. And remove all trailing exclamation marks. I'm pretty sure we have replace in Python. Cool. And remove the trailing exclamation mark. All right. We got it. Let's go. If line is all, I mean, it's all trailing though. What happens if we get an exclamation mark in the middle? And keep in mind, there is music on Twitch. There's no music on YouTube. So if you want to listen to your own music, you can go to my YouTube channel and check it out there. Oh, today's a tired day. If line is all lowercase or only the first letter is capitalized. Convert it to title case. Otherwise, just return line unchanged. We have is capitalized, right? So we have is upper. Line is lower, or Python is capitalized. Yeah, for some reason, I was reading it as, before I was reading it as like each word was capitalized or something like that. No! Method. Do we have is capitalized? If we have to build a solution, I don't want the solution. I don't think this is a thing. I swear we did see this before. I'm gonna check. Sudo, hey, what's up? But Sudo, please respect the pinned comment. I know you're just trying to help, but please respect the pinned comment. Trent, what's up? How's it going? All good. Yeah, it just like, it really just destroys the learning for me. Yeah. Please, anyone, if you ever come into a live stream, always check the pinned comment. Always check the rules, all of that. Let's see. Great, actually got my app deployed and getting user feedback is awesome. Hell yeah, that's awesome, man. Already getting user feedback, that is cool. How's your day going, Sudo? All right, so I'm just gonna look. Man, I hate here. So we might have to manually check this, and afterwards, you know what I'll do? Because I know some people are just like itching to backseat code. I'll ask if you would do this differently once we solve it. Once we solve it, I'm totally okay with that. Oh, wait. First letter of each. We can't use is title. If line is all lowercase or only the first letter is capitalized, is it first letter of the... I mean, so we can't... Here's the thing. We have to loop through, I think. We can't just check for the first letter to be capitalized and the second letter not to be, right? Because then the third letter can be capitalized, and that doesn't work. Can't use upper or lower. Those are going to be helpful. We got to check is lower. Okay. Only the first letter is capitalized. Trying to think before I loop through and do this. Thanks, man. And yeah, I'm super lucky with the support of people around me. I've had about 10 to 15 people use it already. That's awesome. Hell yeah. It always feels good. You build an app, people are using it. That always is such a good feeling, man. Got my interview tomorrow, and I will get to stop doing so much. Oh, leak code. Yeah. I was watching. Oh, man. I did not enjoy the leak code thing. And I know you probably didn't enjoy it that much either. I mean, those are DSA problems. I hate the word leak code just because so many people overuse it. Everything's leak code. Like a coding challenge is leak code. I just hate that word. It's so annoying talking, like trying to convince, like every time I would have like a new developer come in, be like, yeah, just grind and leak code. Oh, what's the problem? And like, you're literally not even working with anything more than like just a list. But like everyone calls coding challenges in general like leak code problems. Leak code problems. You're iterating over a list. Leak code problem. Or storing something in an object. Leak code problem. I hate the word leak code. I don't know. We're going to be going over some of the DSA stuff soon with Python. I think it's I think it's upcoming after this course. I got to double check. But I think it is here, just in case. Courses. No, we're doing static site generator. Yeah, okay. Here it is. Learn data structures and algorithms. This is going to suck. Yeah, this is going to suck. We're doing this. Look at this. Look at this, Pseudo. You think you hate leak code for what? Like a week and a half? Look at the torture we're going to have to go through. It's going to be more than a week and a half. Also, I'm just excited about it. I promise no shameless self-promotion for my app. Yeah, no, I get it. Yeah, you're right to be excited. That's awesome. Mostly just doing the Python leak code stuff because my only other project is in Elixir. Oh, really? Elixir and the other one is C# because Unity. Ah, so like a personal project to showcase. Yeah, I mean, it's a Python job, right? Is it in Django or? Learn data structures and algorithms isn't so bad, but then again, after doing SSG, I think anything was fun. I think I'll probably like the static site generator a lot more. Yeah, I know you didn't really like it. Tuba. What is this song? Why? No. All right, let's solve this. All right. Let me just read this. I feel like Lane wouldn't have us. This just feels like a weird thing to have to do. The standardize. No. No, it literally is title case. Okay. Or it literally is like the capital letter for each word. I mean, you know what? Let's define another function. Why not? Right? Functional programming. First letter is just first letter is capitalized. Okay. I kind of like the name. I love having long variable names that are just very clear in what they do. Long variable names, long function names. All right, so I think we could just, in Python, just do... if what's does not equal? Again, I appreciate people not backseat coding. We will get happy to hear your thoughts after the problem. So Python not equal. There's not a thing in Python with this, right? Oh, not. Wait. Oh, okay. For some reason, I was thinking this didn't exist in Python. All right. It'd like be really sucky if it didn't exist. Actually, can you like invert? Never mind. We're not checking if it's equal to anything. If it's lower, then return false. All right. So I always forget the range thing. So for letter in, I forget Python loops. I think we could do something like this, right? I'm just going to take a look. Range. For loops with range. For I in range. Gotcha. We have the index. So for letter in string is where we would probably have the letter. But for I in range. For range, how do we jump one? Step one? No. Start. Is start inclusive? Again, I hate Python docs. Two to 7 with custom logic. Iterating from 0 to 4. So we cap it using a negative step. So both are inclusive? I thought one wasn't inclusive, like the final. Maybe it is, and I'm just misremembering it. Okay. If I is upper, return false. Otherwise, return true. It's Django and React, okay. And React? Oh, really? You'd be working with React, huh? You probably did it at your last job, though. Okay, so yeah, I mean, a lot of your experience should speak for itself. I'm surprised you're grinding leak code, but I guess it depends on what kind of problems they're going to give you. It's not that I didn't like it; it was just really hard in comparison. Oh, was it? Okay. Um, gotcha. Maybe it will be hard. Maybe I'll find it really easy, and I'll find the DSA stuff hard. That's kind of how I find stuff. Like some people just find certain stuff easy because they really enjoy it. Or just like, you know, their brain just works like that. But we'll see. Well, I'm going to get started on my study for now, so I'll catch you later, man. Good luck with your work. All right. Well, hey, thanks for stopping by, Sudo. Good luck with the practice. Hey, what's up, Young Jay? I am having a good stream. How you doing? Unfortunately, though, I had to walk away from my current job after my new boss is looking to fire me on bad terms. Oh, my performance dipped after I'd burnt out myself out terribly. That sucks, man. Yeah, I remember dealing with health issues, and I think for a few months my performance kind of dipped with one of my dev positions. But yeah, it's just like, or I don't know if it was that long, but I think good communication really helps. But yeah, that sucks. I think understanding HTML would help with SSG. Ah, okay, that's fair, Tuba. That's fair. Maybe I'll find it easier, given that I was a front-end dev. So yeah, you're kind of having to understand, like, what do you call HTML? It's not a markup language. It's a data structure technically. But yeah, like it is a language, but you're having to understand a whole other language building that. Understanding the problem is a problem when new to it. I'm considering doing SSG again for fun, but I know I should move on. You should move on. You 100% need to build your personal project and stop stalling. I didn't handle having multiple serious life events back to back very well. Fortunately, I saved up enough money to be fine for about 6 months while I get part-time work and apply for my first dev job. Okay, I got you. Wait, listen, sometimes we get a little shitty. Sometimes, you know, we take it out on other people and you hope it's not too bad. Sometimes it is, and you just move on. I don't know. Sometimes things just sour at a workplace. Going through a bad time in your life, shit happens. I think, like, you sharing this humbly, do you think, like, your current boss... I don't know. I don't know where it is with you, but, you know, it doesn't have to be such harsh terms if you kind of sent an email saying, listen, I went through some really shitty times in my life. I'm sorry I took it out on you. I don't know if he's at fault or not, or what the situation is, but, you know, when things cool down, maybe consider doing that so that, you know, it isn't such like a red mark on your history, you know? I know it's really hard to do, and I don't know the situation, but yeah, move on, get another job, and it sounds like things in your life have gotten better. Wasn't my direct, but one above. Send the email and see if it'll be forwarded. I mean, if it's not your direct manager and your direct manager's understanding, that's, you know, at least hopefully you've kept up a good relationship with your direct manager and he's or she's understanding. No. No backseat coding, Wusa. I appreciate you asking, but yeah, no, you will be straight up banned if you do it. Do not. People are just like itching. There are just certain people that are absolutely itching to backseat code. If you are that person and like you read my rules and you say fuck it, you are that person, this is not the community for you. Man, I can't stand when people like just go in and backseat code and just do that with streamers. It doesn't help them grow it, like, unless they're open to it. Nothing personal. There, I didn't conduct myself poorly. Person to person, I just suck shit at the job. Oh, okay. I gotcha. Again, I think that email would help, though. Yep, thanks for understanding. And yeah, that message was just in general to anyone. That wasn't focused on you. But yeah, I'm gonna squash it. Like, yeah, that's what I got to do. I just got to be consistent with it. If it's in a pinned comment, don't do it. If it's not, you're welcome to backseat code. I think that's what I'll do. Maybe I could have like an advertisement on my screen or something like that, like in red letters. Don't do it, but people will still do it. All right. What are we doing? Let's go up. If line is all lowercase or only the first letter is capitalized, convert it to title case. Okay. Title case. I mean, is it just title? It's just title, and it's a method off of the string. Okay, perfect. So return line title. We're not changing anything. Not doing anything with the exclamation marks. Let's try this and submit. Okay, let's debug. So we can't access the first letter string index out of range. Okay, we can't do it like this. Gotcha. Not in Python. What would be the Python way to access the first? I mean, like we could just check if the index is 0, right? Um, I mean that's kind of what we're doing. Might as well just toss it in the loop. I mean, we might as well just check in the loop. I just didn't want to go through this conditional every single time for every iteration. So if I is equal to 0 and I mean, we can't access it that way. Wait, what are we doing? Wait, we're literally just checking for the wait, why are we just checking for the index? We have to split it. Python get character in string, or get in string with index. Is that a thing in Python? Yeah, my string. We Okay, I'm gonna ban you. I thought you were gonna respect that, but like I said, some people are just like itching to do it. They can't help themselves. It's like an addiction. Um, string index out of range. Why is that out of, like, what? We don't have access to 0. Can we just, here, let's practice. Hey, what's up, Kadao? The silver lining is that I've sacrificed every evening for the past 2.5 years to build my skills and got fundamentally sound in JavaScript. Yo, let's go. That's sacrifice, man. Are we not even checking for this? String index out of range. Are we not? Oh, we're not passing it in? Oh. So that is a thing. I just didn't expect it. All right, we're going to submit. Where are you? What? This is out of range. Crazy. Oh, well. So there is one example where it's like we could check if it's empty, but we're not getting past any inputs in the test that are going to be empty, right? There's something we're passing through that submit 44. We only have one test. What? I mean, we'll check for greater than 0. Print oh. We got no errors this time. The what? So this isn't doing what we think it's doing. But okay. Let's just bring this back. There's one instance where we're getting like a null or like an empty here. Like an empty string. If is upper, return false, otherwise return true. Like this is the conditional that should work. Yeah, I have no idea if senior engineers have an eye for who is employable as a junior with a current bar to meet. But I know that I've been told to apply now at every meetup I've been to this year. Yeah, definitely apply. Yo, big up and good luck with the learning. Thank you. Everything takes longer than we anticipate. Initially, I thought I had to study about 80 hours for cybersecurity. Ended up taking. Yeah, Trent really dedicated some time to that for sure. Um, I mean, like, if length equals 0, then print it. Like, let's see what the hell this thing is. We are getting an empty somewhere. I mean, if it's empty, we just return false. But yeah, we're getting an empty somewhere. I'm going to go back through and debug this, I think. But yeah, we'll just do if length equals 0, return false. Okay, no more errors, which is good. We return false, and then... I mean, once it gets to here, why the... What is going on with that empty? You are doing this, you bastard. I just didn't see this test before. Okay, I honestly, I was so confused because I did not see this test, but he is throwing an empty string. All right, we're just gonna return the line. Yeah, we can get rid of all this junk. There we go. You bastard. I just didn't see it. I just scrolled past it. That's my own fault. Lane loves to surprise us when submitting. Yes, he does. That's good. Feel free to give your take on how you would have solved it, or if you would have solved it differently. Now, thank you for being patient. But yeah, I think the people that can't, they have an addiction to backseat coding. I think we just ban them when it's in the pinned comment. I think some people will make a mistake, or they won't read the pinned comment, but people that just don't respect it, we ban. I think that's how we solve this. I mean, just first letter is capitalized. I think I kind of like having the check here, because this function probably should account for this, rather than having a check before all of this. I don't know what other circumstances we would have to consider. But I think, yeah, I think I'm fine with the solution. I don't know what other circumstances we would have to account for where it's not going to meet any of these outside of an empty string. Is title is I guess we could have where 2 letters are capitalized, the middle letters are capitalized. That's not is title, it's not is upper, it's not is lower. So I kind of like just keeping this inside this function and letting it pass all the way down. And we'll still call this function and try to look for something, but we exit out very quickly. I'm fine with this. Stuff can take 3 times what we think it will. Yeah, some stuff comes smoothly, some stuff doesn't. Our minds work different ways. I don't think I'm when it comes to DSA stuff, I don't pick up DSA stuff that easily. And I do think a lot of that is because it usually means I just haven't practiced it. But sometimes I have shaky fundamentals, or shaky foundations on a concept. So sometimes that's all it means, and I just got to refresh. But I do know I don't pick it up easily. It's a bit like watching a movie. Not fun if you're told when things are going to jump scare you. Yeah, that's exactly what it is. But hard not to talk about what comes next for a person who's seen it. It isn't, though. But literally, if I'm watching a movie with the girlfriend, and I don't think I could date someone that talks during movies. I'm not even joking. That drives me nuts. I don't care if you've seen it. I'll watch it because you want me to, and you want to watch it with me. Just don't spoil anything. And I think there are just certain personalities that like to spoil stuff. And it's, it's not bad intention. It's just no, stop spoiling it. I do that with video games too. I don't like people to spoil video games. I don't like people to backseat code that have beat the game already. I think it ruins the experience. But I think there are people that spoil shit, and there are people that aren't. We're just 2 different types of people. That's all. What's up, Prosto? How you doing? I forget stuff when I don't use them. It's why I recap every few weeks. Yeah, use it or lose it. That's why you got to build. Build. Reinforce that. It's a question during movies since I can't hear, so I can ask. That's a good reason, Anonymous. Totally fair reason. Yeah, that's a different thing. We're not talking about you. High ceiling? What? I don't know what you're saying. All right, cool. Moving on. Doing somehow? Are you just spamming? Doing what? What's doing somehow mean? I don't know if you're trolling or not. All right. Let's go to the next one. Are they a chatbot? Yeah, I don't know. I maybe broken English or something. I don't know. But yeah, I don't think we can understand you, Prosto. Do you want to give that a try again? Rephrase that. Maybe it's an autocorrect thing. I don't know. What does doing somehow mean? How does that answer my question? What is this song? Oh, this is a song we gotta go to the direct music one with. It's a weird video and it's super quiet. Yeah, Prosto, I don't think I understand what you're saying. I don't understand how doing somehow answers my question. Do you really want me to tell what happening? I think you're okay. I think it's just broken English. I think your English is just rough. I think that's what it is. At first, I'm like, "Are you a bot?" No, with no numbers on the keypad. Prosto, I think your English is just really broken and bad. I think that's the problem, and it's hard to understand you. I would run it through. You can always you can get extensions to do this, but you can kind of like get Google Translate to help you. Yeah, that's all we're saying. We just don't understand what you're saying. So I think we're doing our best, but yeah, I think that's the problem. All right, no backseat coding for this one. Doctor, because I actually like talking to chat, so I don't want to not look at chat until I solve it. Doc should seamlessly convert hex triplet color codes to RGB values. Okay, hex colors are an efficient means of representing color with only 6 characters. RGB values combine red, green, and blue light to electronically display the entire color spectrum. Due to the hex to RGB function, hex to RGB should take a hex triplet color code and return 3 integers for the RGB values using int. Okay, we'll look at what int is. Well, I guess we should do that now. But I noticed we got pre-rolls on. We got to get rid of those. So we'll be going for a while today, I think. So we'll be on for a while. I'd like to get done with these challenges. Honestly, if we complete these 3 challenges today, I'm totally cool with that. And then we can jump into some Django stuff. And then I think on Friday, we'll come back to this and we'll do some more Boot.dev stuff. So I'm still figuring out the schedule, but I do think I like streaming at 12 p.m. every day. I love that. So, but we'll see. Maybe I'll hate it by the end of the week. All right, let's take a few minutes break. Let's get rid of the pre-rolls. What do you think about vibe coding? I'm thinking about banning anyone that encourages vibe coding. Honestly, I haven't decided on that yet, but that's what I think about vibe coding. All right. Oh, just got a raid. Fatmir, yo, thanks for the raid. Hope your stream went well. What were you guys streaming over there? Go ahead and give you a little shout out. Wait, I can't. Shout out, and then, oh, there it is. Thanks for the follow. Welcome. All right, we'll hang out for like a couple minutes since we just got the raid, but yeah, how'd your stream go? Nice. I was in 1,000 chats, spoke with literally hundreds of streamers, many of them native English speakers, but none actually told me straight to my face, man, your English sucks, even if it sucks. And I know it. Well, the purpose, I'm not just like saying that your English sucks. I'm saying that it was hard to understand what you were saying. Oh, yeah, you have a bad attitude. Go away. Jeez. We're getting some characters in this stream. But yeah, we were just saying we can't understand you. Yeah, don't act like that. Thanks, just saw you and tried the function out. Oh, the raid function. Okay, so that's your first time raiding. Yeah, that's awesome. But yeah, We're just everyone coming in right now, we are just working on some Python. We're learning some Python. I was a front end developer before, and I'm kind of really trying to transition into becoming a better back end developer. So we're going through the entire Boot.dev curriculum because we're partnered with them. And I want to check out everything about it. We'll see how it goes. Supposedly, CEO of Anthropic says that people will be one-shot vibe coding apps they need. Yeah, okay. I don't care. I mean, I see a lot of people trying to introduce trash into the software engineering industry. I just, why would I give a fuck about what some biased person says about vibe coding? I just don't care. It's like useless conversation. If you want to be a good software engineer, learn to code on your own. That's it. If you don't want to learn to code, then and you want to produce shitty apps, then you could do that. I don't care. Yeah, I just don't care what Anthropic CEO says. Like what a worthless statement from him. There's just way too much bias in that regard. All right, so we're gonna take a 3-minute break, get rid of pre-rolls. We'll come back and we'll tackle this challenge. All right, let's go. Yo, what's up? We're back. Try new Linux distro. Sysadmin stuff. Okay. Oh, nice. Yeah, it's beyond our capabilities in that direction. I don't even know what a CTF is. So this return an integer object constructed from a number or string. Return 0 if no arguments are given. 1, 2, 3, int. Okay, so it just tries to convert it to an integer, essentially. Like, why can't Python docs just say that? What are the arguments used? An int is incorrect. Okay. Examine the documentation to see how to convert hexadecimal values. Okay. Used and provided is hexadecimal function inside of hex to RGB. To check if its input is valid. If the input is not a 6-character long hexadecimal string, raise an exception, not a hex color. Hexadecimal string. Okay. Raise an exception. So print 160. Print green value. Oh, hex to RGB. Okay, I see. Cool. All right, cool. Let's try to solve it. What are your favorite learning tools? I'm going through them. Well, it depends on for what. I think it depends on what you're learning. What are you trying to ask? Are you trying to ask like, do I prefer books or do I prefer videos or like specific courses or like what are you asking? I'm gonna grab some green tea in a bit. You like flashcards and books? Okay, so the types of learning. It depends on for what. Like, what are we learning? I don't have like a generic preference for like I prefer books or anything like that. It just depends on what we're learning. Okay. How do we check if it's a hex string? We could check for 6 characters. But that's going to be a hex string. But what happens if we get symbols in it? And I bet you Lane is going to probably screw us up with that. I mean, so if length of hex string is not equal to 6, then return false. Oh, why did Twitch mod catch you with that? Is this YouTube? Down the developer. We don't always restream to YouTube, but we do once in a while. But we will almost always stream on Twitch. But I do have to prepare a video tonight for tomorrow. And then I have to record more videos. I'm like out of videos. I got to record more. So I'll record more this week probably. Let's see. So we're not hex color. give me the input. Okay. Int to 10. So if we pass in false, not a hex color. I mean, we should... No, we should raise exception. What was it? Not a hex color string. And then we're just checking here. Is hexadecimal 10? No. Well, I gotta figure out what this is. Again, I appreciate you guys not backseat coding. Hey, what's up, non-codes? I know. It's a good song. See you around, perhaps. Good luck with the Python. All right, I appreciate that, and thanks for the raid. Thank you, thank you. Have a good one. All right, Nod is already lurking. Just like that. Yeah, yeah, that's how she is. Working on TwitchBot. That's just her, like, perpetual status for the rest of her life. But, to be fair, Nod, you were dedicated with that. That's awesome to see. I need to see... I want to understand this before I toss this in. How's the bot going, by the way? Python. Okay, so it's a slice. All of these are... Okay, so we essentially do have to toss the slice into is hexadecimal. It's just a slice. Okay. I like it. Let's run. All right, so we got more passing. I like it. Tonight is a good night. Is it night for you? Basic self-dev? Or is it going to be a good night for you? Okay. Let's check. Not a hex color. Actual error. That is a hex. What? What? Oh, I'm literally doing nothing with it. Because we're supposed to just check if it's 2. RGB, we're checking for 2. Oh, wait, no, we're failing everything now. Okay, cool. Int can't convert a non-string with explicit base. Okay. We're failing forward. I'm happy with that. Totally happy with that. Hope everyone's Monday is going great, though. And again, we're going to be doing this all week, except for Wednesday. I have a paid thing I got to do on Wednesday, but we are going to be learning 3JS. I probably am going to be building a small game with it. I don't know, but as long as Zinka's free, we'll see what's like going on with how her schedule. I might be dual streaming with Zinka and learning 3JS. So that could be a lot of fun. We'll put it off for a while. I mean, so what happens? So we raise the exception. It doesn't error out. Expected error. None. Raise exception here. I mean, this is what we want to... I mean, honestly, let's just check it here. Why do this? This is overcomplicated. Then we don't even have to pass it into int. Because we're raising an exception. We're not returning false or anything. I wonder if false would... I don't know what false would do, actually. But we should be doing this. Okay. Invalid literal for... I mean, when we raise an exception, does it not automatically... No, we're not going to return it here. We'll figure it out. Invalid literal for int with base 10 ff. HE. Actually, what was the original check? One of the arguments used in int is incorrect. Object of type int has no length. Let me... I want to go back. FF, HE. Hello. Why? Invalid literal int with base 10 with FF. I mean, we have to convert it, do we not? Oh, don't edit below this line? I wasn't even reading that. Does this automatically check it already? Oh, it does. I probably just need to read, huh? If is hexadecimal. We can't do is not. Can you invert a Boolean in Python? Invert Boolean. Not right. Okay. Okay, that's all right. We're going to be explicit. If color equals false, then we are going to raise exception with not a hex color string. Okay. Invalid literal. With FF. Let me look at int. I mean, do we just have to correct it? I mean, it's going to be 4 and on. This means 4 and on, I believe. I got to go. Have a great stream and amazing Monday. All right. Thanks for stopping by, Tuba. You as well. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to check that I actually understand what's going on. I don't know if this is inclusive or not. Like which is inclusive, but I'm going to check the slice happening. Actually, we can probably array or list slice. Okay, so slicing is start, stop, and step. Let's look up the documentation for slicing. So I think what's happening is we're supposed to just raise an exception if it's not a hexadecimal. But that is separate from us having to correct this. I think that's what's happening. Well, let's just print it out and figure it out. Is this method working? Not a hex color string. This is not stopping the rest of the execution. I mean, can't return it. Does raising an exception in Python stop execution? So it's not like this is catching it. We're explicitly raising the exception here. So these are all correct, I think. Oh, actual error. Not a hex color string. But it looks like 42 is passing. So I think this is executing correctly. We raise the exception, but it's not raised. Like this is passing true when we pass in 42. But you don't want me to edit below this line. So let's just verify. Let's get rid of this. Oh, right. It's um it's not going to execute here. So, I don't know why I'm doing that. That was pointless of me to test. But essentially, like, we're not. This is 100% returning true. I don't know what I'm checking for. Why is this returning true? Like, if we do int hex string 16, is this. Are we saying, like, to check for a hex string, this needs to be. No, but, like, we can't change this to 16. I'm going to look more into int and how this works. But changing this to 16 is probably not going to make this work because this is still receiving 42. And we're returning true here. But why? When it says inputs, what I want to do, I'm assuming input of the hex color. We're not talking about hex string. But let's test that. I mean, this seems like the function isn't working correctly. Hexadecimal, 6 characters. Is it 3? Is my brain just broken? I mean, technically, A through F. I think the 16 mentions that it's looking for a base 16. Is 42 a hexadecimal? No, I don't think so. But technically it is, but we got to check the length as well. So why is this not checking it? Should we not check the length? Or hex color doesn't equal, or length of hex color doesn't equal 6. Not a hex color. Okay, so why isn't, but this function should be testing this. I shouldn't have to test this outside of here. You don't want me editing this function. This feels weird. So inputs, ff, okay. Invalid literal for int with base 10. So what is base 10 for int? We have to do base. Do we do base? So base 16 doesn't check for length. Base 16 checks for characters. That's the problem, is it not? So I was thinking like base 10 was like specifically checking. So base 10 is default. But I was thinking like we had base 10 because we were just tossing 2 characters in. And I just didn't know what base 10 really meant. But base 10 is okay. So that was the error. I mean, I'll submit it, but I got some feedback for this. All right, feel free to let me know if you would have solved it in a different way or anything else you guys want me to. No, but I want to look at the solution. So is hexadecimal? I guess technically a hexadecimal can be 2 characters. Can a hexadecimal be 2 characters? Can be so a hexadecimal has nothing to do with length. Okay, I learned something new. I thought a hexadecimal, I mean like that, no, that can't be shorthand though. Oh god, I haven't messed with hexadecimal in a while. But like it doesn't have to be 6. It could be 3, right? What happens if it's 3? So why are we checking for a length of 6? Because there's shorthand. That's kind of confusing to me. Okay, whatever. We passed, but okay, so I didn't actually know hexadecimal could just be like 1 character, 2 characters, or something like that, that just fit within a certain limited amount of characters. Okay. I gotta call my tax appointment person back. I'm not gonna do it today, I don't think. I'll do it maybe after I get done streaming, but not for a while. All right, let's go on to the next one and final one. Dedupe lists. We need to add a feature to doc that merges 2 lists of items, removes any duplicates, and returns a sorted list of unique items. This is important for consolidating certain documents and metadata. Okay. Complete the deduplicate list. It takes 2 lists as an input. List 1, list 2, and an optional reverse boolean. An optional reverse boolean. Okay. Returns a sorted list of unique elements. If reverse is true, then the return list should be sorted in descending order. You sorted and passed the reverse parameter. I don't remember like a really efficient solution for this, but I don't remember it. So list 1 can have more values than list 2, and list 2 can have more values than list 1. I mean, there has to be something more efficient. Like we can loop through both lists, building up the array, and just don't append it if there's a duplicate, right? That's the easy solution. I want to look at the list. Yeah, so we can have uniques in 1 or 2. Um, I'll, I'll look at the solution, but yeah, I mean, just loop through twice and check with the array. For item in list 1. So essentially, no. I mean, we're looping through once. Yeah, we're just making it list 1. I don't know if that creates a new array. I think we're going to have to slice it. How Python works. We can append to list 1. I mean, slicing it is going to loop through too. Here's what I want to do. Unique. Let's test this out. Append stuff. And then print list 1. Oops. Okay, so I really don't want to edit list 1. So Python create new array from previous array. Copy. This one, using slicing, using copy. Shallow copy, deep copy. I mean, we're going to just do a shallow anyways, because I don't think we're expected to check. So, okay. So LST, and then we just do that. There's no tricky thing we could do with sort, I don't think. But we'll do if... I mean, if... Oops. If item... if item not in, can we do this? I'll try it. Unique list, then unique list dot append item. So you sorted and passed it the reverse parameter. Okay. Well, actually sorted. I already had that open. Give it examples. Is sorted returns a new method? Is sorted an array method? JavaScript sorted, or is it its own thing? Oh, not JavaScript, Python. Okay, iterable key. What is a key? Function that serves as a key for the short comparison. Okay, gotcha. Positional argument follows keyword argument. What? What's up, BTS? I think like sometimes streamers just want to take a break. I don't know what I think about like pinging streamers in my chat and asking them if they're going to stream today. Because I think sometimes streamers just want to chill out, you know? I don't know what I think about that. So don't pass in. We could either pass in key or reverse. That's weird. That's fair. I'm not trying to pressure anyone to stream. I know, yeah, I know you're not. I know that's not your intention. But I do know that, I don't know. I don't know for non-codes, but I do know other streamers do get annoyed at that. I'm not saying for non-codes. I'm just saying in general. Expects one argument, got two. What are you talking about? What? Reverse. This is so weird to see. What the fuck is this? Sorted. Reverse equals true. How do I interpret this? What? I think like, okay, that's annoying to read. What is this? I need to understand this. Let's submit this. All right, backseat coding for the Python is okay now. I'm gonna lift the pinned comment. I need to understand what is happening before I can have an opinion on it. Unpin this message. All right, I honestly like this is a really good hold on. It's a really good use case for ChatGPT. Can you explain what's happening? This Python code. It seems like so when you do like reverse equals reverse, you are specifically Python just kind of knows that you're targeting that argument. It has nothing to do with objects. Nothing to do with objects. It's just like you are specifically setting that value of that argument or the parameter, whatever, wherever it's reading it. I think that's what's happening. But that's weird to get an error here. This is why it's weird. Expected one argument, got two. This is what I don't like about Python. Expected one, got two. Like, when I look up the documentation, there are several arguments. I don't know if I like that about Python. Like I kind of like this. I do like this. But I should be able to pass like the function here, and I wonder if this errors out. But that's a function, like if you wanted something more complicated with sort. Is that going to error out? Oh, I lifted it. I appreciate you looking out, Anonymous. But yeah, if it's in the pinned comment, no backseat coding. If it's not, I open it up. I just really like when I'm learning something, or I don't know, sometimes I just don't want it. It'll always be in the pinned comment. I think maybe I'll like specify it in the rules. But because I could put like no backseat coding as a hashtag in the video, no one's going to look at that. I think a pinned comment makes the most sense. Oh, you zoned out? All good. So I might be wrong, but you can mix positional arguments with key name arguments, but positional arguments all need to happen before the key name ones. That feels weird to me. I don't know how I feel about that. ChatGPT, explain it to me. It might be expecting one positional argument, but you gave it two. I did not. I gave it one. Or I guess what is a positional argument? Okay, so key name. So you can specify whether a function has positional arguments or key name arguments. And how do you do that? Okay, so reverse is a keyword argument. The parameter's name is reverse, and it expects a Boolean true or false. Passing in reverse equals reverse means you're using a variable named reverse to tell Python whether the sort should be ascending. Okay, I got that. So create a function that sets a keyword argument. Okay, so we have positional arguments, keyword arguments. We can only have one positional argument. And in the Python docs, let's look at sorted. Optional, it just says optional as keyword. Okay. Okay, so that error is just for positional. I wish it would specify, but I guess like okay. You can provide, so you have to provide default values for the keyword arguments or parameters. You have to provide default values for the keyword parameters in order for them to be keyword parameters. Otherwise, it's just going to take the number of positional arguments that you have and check for that. I think I understand it now. I kind of like that. And I'm guessing, keyword argument, I like that because you don't have to include keyword arguments that have a default, right? And have to go in order. So I like that you can specify it. I do like that about Python. Jam it out to this song. It's a pretty good song. Okay, I think I do like that about Python. Love it. It does create some confusing situation. I just came from JavaScript, so that's why I think it's confusing. But if I didn't come from JavaScript, it probably wouldn't be that confusing. Of course, I'm going to relate it to JavaScript because that's what I know best. But I do like this. I like this as a feature. This is cool. It is annoying to have to kind of give dummy values or just to get to a later keyword, because otherwise you have to when you have sometimes you have to pass in an object. It's just way easier to pass in an object to be able to pass some required, some not data through into the function, and I shouldn't be forced to do that with an object. So I just, because I'm I have 4 or 5 different arguments that I have to consider before I get to the 5th one. Because then you have to consider the order of the arguments that are potentially optional. And you have to basically consider the importance or common use case of them. And then you have to account for what value you're even going to pass in to get to that last argument. What's up, Brian? Welcome. So I think this is a good feature of Python. I like it. Let me just see the solution. Set. Fuck me. Forgot about set. Okay. That works for me. Oh, I forgot to get the chest. That's all right. They're never lifting that, so I don't think I'm going to get the chests anymore. Because I did request a feature to get it over 99. I don't think they're going to implement it. And I don't care to push for it. It's not that important of a feature. I think you can fix that by defining a function with a parameter, but that and that lets you put in any order of the keyword arguments. Are you talking about in Python or JavaScript? What are we trying to fix and what exactly? Python, okay. So does the order matter? I don't think it does, right? I think you can fix that by defining a function. I don't know what we're trying to fix in Python, I guess. Because I was talking about JavaScript. Just to be specific, I was talking about... I'm not going to go into all of it again, but I was talking about JavaScript being a pain in the butt to deal with a ton of arguments, and you want to get to the last one. So I'm not sure what you mean by fixing something in Python. All right, I think we're done. Let's jump into Django. Oh. All right, Django. You think order does matter? It kind of defeats the purpose of it.
Dunstan he.
Don hey. Okay, you try to put emojis in it. Okay. Wait, did it pop up on Twitch? Oh, it did. Okay. This is weird hearing that read out loud. But Turtle, thanks for the resub, man. I appreciate that. How you doing? How's it going? So it doesn't. When you call a function using keyword arguments, you can list those keyword arguments in any order, and the result will be the same. Okay. I don't think the order matters. Okay. Yeah, I was gonna say, like, what is the point of that? Like, now we're just overcomplicating it. Like, let's just pass in the value. But yeah, thanks for the resub, man. Appreciate that. That's it. I wish more people would have tried to solve that problem. I know it's a hard problem. No one fully solved the replicating reduce method. It's a really hard problem to solve. I think, like, because we did a community challenge where I think you should be comfortable replicating reduce, but I don't think you should be like raising exceptions. Like checking for edge cases and raising exceptions is helpful towards you, but I'm more interested in you understanding the prototype chain, you understanding this, you kind of understanding like what reduce does in general. And like even stuff like starting with the first value is really helpful. If the no initial value is present. But like, I hope that challenge was a bit of a wake-up call for a lot of newer developers, because you should be able to replicate that by the end of like, you should be understand JavaScript well enough to be able to replicate that. It's not going to be perfect. It's not going to cover like every single edge case, but I'm surprised so few people tried to tackle that. Reduce is just a built higher order function. Have you tried doing that without your chat none? You should try replicating it. It's a really hard thing to do. It's harder than most people realize. You learned all this at LS? Launch school? Oh, did you? Okay, so they had you do that. So you basically built like reduce 2 off the prototype chain and then tested that with different arrays? That's pretty cool that they have people doing that if that's the case. Nice. It's a good practice. But yeah, like a lot of people trying to get like find JavaScript positions, they can't do that. Like a lot of people. It's tougher than people realize. I think for this week, I do have to post a challenge. I think we're going to do a CSS challenge. Zimban, thanks for the sub. We got like 4 minutes and 30 seconds with ads. So I'm kind of just stalling right now. Let's load this up, though. I got to remember specific commands to boot this up. Oh, I wanted to ask you, Nan. I guess you don't care. I've had other streamers kind of like just kind of get annoyed that they can't just be at peace in other people's chats. But what do you think about people hounding you to like ask you if you're streaming that day or like ask you why you're not streaming that day? Do you ever like, do those questions ever get old? What's up, Abraham? How you doing? We were just speaking generally. I know VTS has good intentions, but I'm just speaking generally. Like if you're in someone else's stream, do you like being you just like to chill out, or do you like being called out? I'm gonna find the Django docs. No, I don't care. I don't get a lot of that though. Oh, okay. I gotcha. I gotcha. All right, I'll keep that in mind. I'm just trying to get a feel for that with streamers. Okay, so Django. So I think we'll run through this, but so manage is outside of YouTube template. Python manage py run server. All right, cool. So we have Django. We did successfully install it last week. And actually, Holy stopped by and he was helping me debug something. All right, let's go. We're going to be building something. It's going to be tough. We're going to get through it. It's nice when someone asks at this point. Oh, okay. You're like, oh, they're interested. They're kind of excited about it. Okay. I want to ask a few other streamers and see. Maybe like one or two streamers just, I don't know. They just don't like being bugged. Unrelated note, but for Eloquent JavaScript, I found out about the FizzBuzz and I nearly solved it first try. I won't be weeded out at this point. Well, not with the FizzBuzz test. No, you won't. But that's good. Yeah, if you're applying for like front-end positions or positions where you're going to require JavaScript, FizzBuzz test, it's like, you know, extremely minimum. Yeah, it seems like you have more of an interest in backend. Anonymous, am I wrong about that? Django page sort of looks clean. Oh, the documentation or this page. But that's our app right now. So we're going to go through and I'm kind of just going to figure out like where I place some of this logic. I think the very first thing we need to do is figure out where we're going to build a service. And, oh, the song is terrible. I can't wait till we get our new playlist. Oh, that voice. Ugh. I just want to be competent. Competent in what, though? All right, so let's look through the Django docs. Oh, wait. You know what I probably should do? I'm going to end the stream on YouTube because we're pretty much done, right? I just wanted to go through Boot.dev. So we're done on YouTube. You are welcome to stop by on Twitch, twitch.tv/DonTheDeveloper. I will keep the Boot.dev past broadcast up on YouTube, but we're going to sign off. So anyways, thanks for hanging out on YouTube. We're going to still be live on Twitch, so I will see you in a bit if you stop on by.